First of all, when the group first started, we still had Legacy Band, which some of the guys wouldn't know, which was just me. I was the only one in Legacy group during that time. Me, Shorty, Tim, Lil Doug, for Raz was playing timbales, he was the drummer. So what had happened, Sterling, which was my best friend, I was out there in the street, we, a lot of money, we youngins and stuff, did our thing. And they would start the band Familiar Faces, but they started the group with this guy named Rucker playing the bass. And it was Darren Gryson and Ivan, which I had already bought Ivan to go because he was helping me with Legacy too, because Sterling, which was the lead talker, Sister Fonda was going to Fletcher School, which Ivan Goff's mother used to teach there. So Fonda told Miss Goff, was talking to Miss Goff about her brother's group before one time, and she said, "Oh, I have a son that plays piano," which was Ivan. I was 14 years old then. So she gave us the address, we went to his house, and I had a cassette with EU on it, which was the group Ivan Dad was his last group he was playing with was Sugar Bear. And he eventually, right after Familiar Face, he went to EU, which he heard EU, that was the first Gogo band he ever heard. He's like, "What the heck is that?" I said, "Man," I said, "This is Gogo, man." He said, "Man, that's great, man. That's great, man. That's unbelievable." I remember like it was just, "Man, that sounds great." I was like, wow. Okay, so anyway, it was him, Darren Gryson, which is Rare S's original keyboard player. Darren Gryson and Ivan was playing for Familiar Faces. So Rucker didn't work out, so they got Randy, Hollywood. Hollywood was formed for a split second, until Rez came and snatched Hollywood. So Sterling came to me and said, "You want to play Step?" I said, "Yeah, man, it's whatever, man." So I left Legacy. So I left Legacy group, and because Shorty Timmy went to Peacemaker, so I was like, I was losing interest anyway, and then Sterling was gone. So I said, "Yeah, sure." So, the band, this band right here is Sugar Bear's original band. They was on Rock You Butt's Hunter, Young Boy Lee, which Young Boy Lee is deceased. That's Butch, the drummer, original drummer on Rock Your Butt. Frog, which is Ivan Williams, that was the original singer. Sugar Ray on his way. That's him. Lee talk about Young Boy Lee, Hunter, talk about Hunter, y'all. And we have Dave Gusson here, which is still doing this thing. Dave is playing with Trouble Funk right now, the guy with the locks, the guitar player. And that's me with the white hat. I would financially make sure we was just a family, man. I love these guys, they love me. They feel like they weren't getting the love, which they all come up around Bear. They love Bear, but I took their love to another level, man. It's whatever, man. Bills, whatever, man. You electric bill, whatever, man. What you need, man. Here, man. Take this. I was even getting $100. Anybody know about this? I was paying these guys $100 for practice. I mean, everybody had the money back then. So, when Sterling had passed, we went to the studio and did this song. My guitar player from Schoolboys, EB, he was playing with us too, but he went back to Schoolboys. But he did take this picture. Juju House. Juju kicked on the second song. This is Juju's first record he ever recorded. This record was recorded in 1981. And Juju, Radar on Congos. Shorty Doug, that's playing timbales for Rez right now, Quentin Ivy, played Congos on here, but this picture wasn't, he played on Status Quo. He was in the group after Smokey, because Smokey left. Smokey got snatched by Cameo. Smokey started playing with Cameo. And so Lil Doug started playing the Congos for us. Now, I had, some years down the line, this is after I started dealing with Chuck. Chuck had went down, took his downfall, and so Pops and everything. I started playing with him, and we recorded the Misty's album, Going Hard. So the group, like I say, Young Boy had passed, Butch. Butch was incarcerated. Butch had gotten incarcerated, and Hunter was out there doing his thing, and Ivan, which is Frog, went to church. Then I was incarcerated. And later on, about a couple years later, Bojack would play Timbales for Familiar Faces, which he was with 911 playing congos. Bojack and Mighty Mo, they started out with me with Group Renaissance. They were little young guys, so I already knew them. Bojack and Mighty Mo. So Bojack came when I was down. I was in the Fed in Cumberland. We in there. So a few months later, Bojack said, "Yeah, you know Donnell about Donnell Floyd is about to go from 911 change the main for me. Face you cool with that. I don't know if Donnell asked him to ask me or whatever the case may be, but he said you cool with that. So I don't care, man. Hey, man, use that name, which the name is patterned in me, Ivan Golf, and Dave Gusson name. But I wasn't tripping. I ain't really worried about. Oh man, well, I don't care nothing about that. He said, okay, cool. So Bojack left before me, came in after me and left before me. So I came home. I went down Trade Wind. I remember I went down Trade Wind, and Bojack left my name on the door. I went to Trade Winds and saw them in there and everything. I said, okay, cool. It sounded cool. So Ivan Golf called me one night about 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, mind you, this name for me, Faces was he used original name. Sugar Bear gave us this name. Okay, now let me get back to here. Another 15, 20 something years later. Okay, so I came home and Bojack left my name at the door. I went to see Familiar Faces. I said, okay, man, cool. Now I'm asleep one day, baby, wife, old girl. He laying down, the phone ringing. I like, look at that, it's Ivan Golf. I said, I picked the phone up. Man, what's up, man? 2 something more. He said, man, he didn't show up. He didn't show up in court today. Be waiting for your money. I said, man, what you talking about, man? He said, Donnell Floyd. I said, what the, man? I said, okay, money. But anyway, I said, man, oh my God. So next thing I know it, man, and again, I don't know if that's why he changed his name to Team Familiar. I mean, well, what a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. Things are meant to happen. The universe created knew it was going to happen. You say I'm going to make a right turn, I'm about to make a left turn. No, the universe created knew you was going to make the left turn. So I don't believe in coincidences. So anyway, his name, next thing you know, the name was Team Familiar. And I kind of lost respect for this guy, man, because things they said it was said, he said, and so forth, but I'm not going to even get into that. You know, I try to keep this thing, I would, if it was up to me, this Gogo thing wouldn't be a square, it'd be a circle. Rap is a circle. Sugar Hill, they didn't take the credit for everything. They moved on and let new rappers come up and show love. They pull each other together. The blues, they have a circle. Square is a square. That's a bad thing. And this Gogo thing has become a square. Every time something comes up, only certain names, you got only certain names they use. That's not fair, because you have a lot of Gogo bands and a lot of guys that were the foot into this stuff. There's nothing heard of them. You have Mass Extinction, Peacemakers, Schoolboys, Pepworth. You have a lot of these groups, Air Raid, and a lot of groups that's out now, like who I play with, Periodicals. It's just a lot. It's a lot more than just. And I'm not doing it to be disrespectful, but if I'm being disrespected, then I'm gonna have something to say. And I feel like all these groups have been disrespected because every time something happens, they call Rare Asses, Backyard Junkyard, and all these groups. I don't have any problem with these guys or anything, but my problem is with the people that's coming for them, and like nobody else matters to this thing. Like nobody else means anything to this. We had nothing to do with this Gogo sound. As a matter of fact, I remember me doing when I was with Chuck, we was doing the Misties. And a lot of guys and white boy folk, they probably don't even know this, that Pop had a problem with people following RE. But I used to tell him, I used to say, Pop, you need to bring the Goon Bops into the band, because they love Rasta, because they got a new sound. They got Goon Bops. You still got 2 Congos. They got, he refused because he feel like he started it and, started the Go-Go thing, so he had a problem with it. But I'm like, ain't nobody gonna come out and see because they don't care about them two Congos no more. They want to hear them Goomba. They want to hear them Timbales, man. So he really had a problem with that. I mean, you know, I give it all to Pop. He started the beat, kept going to beat when all the other groups were just, hold up, but this gonna be our next song. Pop kept the beat going, but Red and you know, he was cover tune playing jazz, but Red came in and did their thing with originals, and they had Goombops, like I said, the Goombops and Timbali. So, you know, but Pop learned to deal with it, and he gave in and got the Goombops, and he came back out, and people fell in love with him again. Now, as far as this, the square thing I was talking about, I don't mean it to be disrespectful, man, but even if you don't have anything to do with it, Rare Ass's Backyard, Junkyard, Northeast Groovers, or so have you, if you don't have nothing to do with it, when them promoters come to you, I know you want the money. I mean, if you ain't rich by now, you ain't gonna be rich. You know, just show some love. Like the things I do when I do studio or whatever, I recommend other bass players. I don't try to snatch all the money. I mean, oh man, you got Keith, man, you got Bink out there, man, you got a lot of guys, you got Vincent Tech, you got a whole lot of bass players out there, man. And sometimes I'll be free, but I'll mention other people, man. I'm like, man, you got my little nephew, my little cousin, he played bass, because that's showing love. You know, I'm not trying to snatch up the credit for everything. I don't want to be on, oh yeah, that's me on the bass, that's me. No, I believe in breaking bread, and that's all I'm asking out of the hottest bands. Let's break some bread. Let's get out of that square and become a circle, man. You know, let's become a circle, man.
Okay. What were some of the venues y'all performed at?
Oh, we did things like the Howard Theater, Northwest Guns, Southwest Guns, Easton, Kellamella, all the wrecks. We were doing a whole lot of, you know, back then Gogo Band was hitting those wrecks. Now this clubs with the by grown mature right now, but we started out, man, shoot, we was playing at all the schools, man, Roosevelt. We did a whole lot of things. The group didn't last over 2 years because Sterling had passed, you know, and that kind of, you know, lead talker is like really the face of the band. I mean, only band that ever did it, and I can say this, man, was Rare Asses. Rare Asses is the only band that had 5 to 6 different rappers and never missed a beat, because during that time they were new. Like I say, they had a Timbali player, the Congo player. So some people came to see Jungle Boogie. He had people came to see Dave Green because he was a Timbali player. All the stuff was new, and they were the original people to it. Like I said, the brother, like the Kato said, Chuck put the foot in there, but Rare Asses did build a house to this thing, and I can give them their props. Some people came to see DC play the sax. You had people come to see Bighorn on the trombone. You had people come to see Lil Benny. You had people come to see Funk. You had people come to see Godfather. You had people who come to see Marky. You had people come to see Derek Rice. So everybody in that band had a following. That's why they were able to survive with all those different rappers, because Rare Asses wasn't just built around just that rapper. Everybody in the band. Yep.
All right. So where you see a difference between Gogo today compared to yesterday?
Yeah, and I don't. And again, I don't want nobody to feel like I'm being disrespectful, but the musicians, everybody had to be able to play. Everybody. And then you had other things. You had to be able to play an instrument and sing. Back then, you just come to, I play bass. Oh, okay, we'll call you. Back then, you had to do something else. You had to be able to sing. You had to have. It was a lot of. The talent was kind of on another level. Like right now, every time somebody mentions a Gogo Band, and I don't have a problem with it, my problem is this. Every time you ask somebody, well, yeah, who are your band? Yeah, we got such and such, Kilimanjaro. He come from the church. Wait a minute, brother. I'm not impressed because he comes. Yeah, they got good musicians in the church, but Gogo wasn't built around church musicians. In fact, during that time, the church people were calling Gogo music the devil music. But now they realize there's money in it. Now everybody run to the church and bringing them in after we built the footing. We put the footing to this thing and grind for this thing. Now you want to run the church and grab them and let them make all the money. Which is another unfair situation. You know, I'm not hating or I'm not, but I think it's just an unfair situation. So that's why I shoot it down every time somebody come to me. Oh yeah, he come to the church. Okay, brother, that's fine. But that's not making me jump out of my seat because you got a musician come from church. Because we get guys in this go-go thing that other guys can't do. We can play everybody else's stuff, but everybody can't play our stuff. So who music is the hardest for real? You can't go to Las Vegas and tell them to play go-go, but we can go to Las Vegas and play their music. We can go to church and play their music, but let's see a church band start a go-go band of all church people and see how successful they be. All these church musicians getting in these bands are already successful, had already made their mark. So again, I'm not shooting, might have been disrespectful or anything, but let's not disrespect the guys that put this thing together and put the footing in for this thing, man. Stop talking about everybody else like, no, they had nothing to do with this sound.
Okay. What's going on with Pure Elegance?
Oh, the doors are flooding, trust me. And when this matter of fact, this quarantine thing might have helped us a little bit because now people can zoom in and see that there's other groups outside of the, quote, hottest bands. They have begun to zoom in on other people's pages, watching. Matter of fact, we just did the Facebook thing. We had over 10,000 hits on one page real fast, and we supposed it came on at 8, but we didn't come on at 9, so it would have been even more views than that first night. But a lot of people thought that we weren't coming on because they turned it on and was waiting for about 34 minutes and 30 to 40 minutes, and we never came on, so they zoomed off. So we got a lot of venues. I can't give any dates because of the pandemic, this Corona thing, but we are going to be partying when these doors open up. So what we're going to do is do some studio things. We about to
original music.
Yeah, some original music, and we're gonna have a major artist on. When I'm gonna put him out there yet, but it's gonna be a major artist on one of the songs, and we got like 4 that we're gonna do, which the weekend after this one right here, which is Welcome to the Game, Bubble Butt, Pee all your mouth, all in your mouth, Met This Girl on the Island, and the bee don't give a puke. So that's 5 songs outside of the other songs we were doing majors. So that's gonna be 6 so far. We're gonna go and lay them down one day. Them 6 songs we're gonna lay them down Saturday after this.
All right, and that's a wrap. Peace.
That's a wrap. Peace out.